I remember like the old Mayhem Fest and like Ozzfest back in the days. And you'd see like the old like Christian protesters out there. And then I do remember being in the Bay Area when like a black metal show started getting canceled for protests of a different area. And I was like, I hate all of this. But I feel like that a lot of the times at festivals it goes away because there's such a crowd of people.
But also, like, I'm sure I remember a couple of those Ozzfest because I remember going backstage and I remember they were still out there and in the front. And then I went because the way it was like St. Louis or one of those places where you'd have to drive around from the front and you see everybody protesting out in the front. And then you have to drive around and then you're into the backstage. And then there are all these like little bungalows where everybody's in there. Yeah. And I remember going in there and Joey, rest in peace, God rest his soul, Joey Jordison was in there and Marilyn Manson was in there. And the shit that was going down in that dressing room, I was like, these protesters are right. They're right about you, maniacs. I was like, there's candles, there's like a pentagram on the floor. I'm like, they're right. They're like, I should break this up now and save everybody, save the youth of America.
Welcome, metal people, to a very special video. Recently, I got to chat with Hatebreed frontman Jamey Jasta, who is also the organizer of the Milwaukee Metal Festival. We had an awesome time chatting about the festival, the upcoming year, and then a lot of fun behind-the-scenes drama stuff, and just fanboying out about some metal bands. You can find the full interview now available on my channel, but here I thought I'd clip together some of the highlights for you. And a huge shout out to Jamey Jasta for coming on the channel. So headbang the like button, stage dive onto the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. And if you're a fan of the channel, consider becoming a member. Memberships only cost 99 cents a month, and each one really helps me toward my lifelong goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. Last time at the pre-party, actually, I was in the photo pit area, and then when you came running up, I got it on video, though you whipped the cord and it like hit like the side of my face a little bit. It was funny as hell. I was laughing.
Didn't you have two incidences of this? Like, didn't you get
yes
buzzed by the Testament CO2 as well?
I was gonna ask if you knew about that because I forgot about it, and then I pulled up the video and I watched. I was like, "Holy shit!" I had to ask if Jamey saw that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was classic. Did you get the phone back?
Oh yeah, I found it. It only landed like right behind me, but I definitely had a moment of like, "What the fuck just happened?"
But Destruction, I gotta say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, right? What is it? What is the saying? I'm fucking it up already. But
I always do the George Bush one. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, you can't get fooled again.
Yeah, Destruction. I think they're banned. I'm sorry, Schmear.
Oh shit.
After canceling twice, I think we're done.
Damn.
Yeah.
We heard it here.
So who knows? Maybe Sodom for 2026.
I wanted to ask about the S.O.D. set.
Yeah, it turned out that we were all available, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. And for all the people that are worried, I'm not going to change the lyrics. We'll be extra offensive.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw when we were going over the lineup before, some people were like, "Oh, S.O.D. couldn't be around nowadays, or they get canceled."
Yeah, people can't be so PC and uptight, but that goes in waves. I mean, I'm not sure how old you are, but there was definitely a time when I was coming up going to shows where I remember it getting really, really overly politically correct and people, trying to out moralist each other.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we got to get away from all that and do our own thing. Even if it means, you look like a bad guy, it is what it is. You got to just, like Earth Crisis. I always said, Earth Crisis, like they would have people protest their shows and shit. Like it was wild. And I say to Carl now, I mean, if some of these people really took Earth Crisis seriously, their lives would be better. Like eat a salad, like.
I saw you guys just went on tour. You had Hatebreed. It was, I think, Carcass Crypta.
Yes.
That was a pretty sick lineup. I was stoked that you guys brought Crypta out. I really like that band.
They were great. Unfortunately, they do draw a lot of, I don't want to say stalkers, but they're kind of they all have their issues with stalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
unfortunately.
there's these accounts that catfish these poor guys. There's like accounts that are faking to be them. And then, so then the guys are showing up thinking that it's like the best day of their life. They're going to meet the love of their life. And it's like, they're just like, so that happened a couple of times, but they were great because they're legit. Like Crypta is legit. And they're just, I can see, like I had heard about all these dudes like falling in love with them and all these dudes becoming obsessed with them. And I can see why, because they're so just charismatic and what's the word? I don't know, magnanimous. Look that up. Is that a word? Is that legit?
Maybe. Well, we can pretend it is. But I know what you mean, though. They just have that energy where when I've seen them live, you can tell that they're legit and they are really about it. They're excited to be there. You can always spot the difference, I think, between a band that's like been there a lot and maybe might be going through the motions and a band that wants to fucking be there.
Yeah. And also when you're that talented and you can play any other type of music and probably be successful in music that could take you further and make you more money, but you choose to play death metal, respect. Everybody's asking about 40th anniversary of Bonded by Blood. Yeah, I mean, look, I loved all three singers of Exodus, and I'm not
Same.
a hater. I'm not a hater of re-records. And so, you know, anybody who said, oh, that's sacrilege that they would re-record Bonded by Blood, but Rob is great and Rob sounds great and Rob does the Bonded by Blood material justice. And this is coming from someone I booked. Like, I don't know if you can see up there, Lesson in Violence. Oh, wait, no, I have my background on. I have a Lesson in Violence poster up here. I booked Exodus on that tour, like 3 different shows.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like 50 people at one of them for Bailoff. And then they took a hiatus, or they went away for a minute after that. And rest in peace, Paul Bailoff. You know, when I booked those shows, I was like, damn, is Thrash dead? But it was the mid 90s. So it was like, it was just a valley. That's life.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys. And so now you're going to see 3,000-4,000 people Saturday night with Dukes fucking circle pinning, going crazy for Bonded by Blood. And it just goes to show, like, never give up. I mean, look at what's happening with Acid Bath. Like, so just,
oh yeah, man.
Anybody in a band, you could break up right now and you can come back 30 years from now and make the most money you've ever made in your career and play to the most amount of people and play with the biggest bands in the world. So
yeah, and have to relearn those songs.
Hope.
That was the crazy announcement. I don't think anyone saw that coming, at least on the like fan side of it.
Yeah, well, I fucked up and had Sammy on the podcast and talked about it, and then didn't, and then everybody booked it. So I was like, oh, I'm not saying any more ideas in public anymore. That's basically how the fest came back. I said to Trevor on a podcast, let's bring back Milwaukee Metalfest. I'll buy the rights. I'll talk to Jack and I'll buy the rights. I'll buy whatever assets there are. You know, and Jack was the one, he owned metalfest.com. So I got that in the buyout. And, you know, he's owned that since like 88, you know, so he was before Ozzfest. Milwaukee Metalfest was the genesis of this whole thing. So I was pressured into it from the fans, because once Trevor passed away, they were like, now you have to do it. And I'm glad I was pressured into it. But yeah, it's been 3 years of having no life and no money.
Damn. The struggle is real, but awesome. It's like Milwaukee and Hell's Heroes and Maryland Death Fest kind of fit with that underground, still going to vinyl shops and looking through all the records and everything type of crowd.
Yeah, and someone's favorite band might be viewed as like a smaller band in the mainstream's eyes, right? Like I remember when we announced Testament, and we did one of these like promoted Facebook posts, and I remember seeing like people hating on Testament and saying like they wouldn't even be in the big 8 if there was a big 8 or whatever. And I'm like, are these people retarded? Like, what's going on here? And then, like you said, they end up having one of the biggest reactions of the festival and one of the biggest crowds. And so then I'm like, yeah, see, this is why you have to support the OGs. And they might be viewed as like, okay, so they never got to like the level of Metallica. It doesn't fucking take away the impact that they have and the bangers. I mean, banger after banger, DNR. I was like, oh my, the songs are so good.
Yeah, their set was especially good. I remember that one really standing out.
Yeah. But we need vehicles to prove these people wrong, right? Like because perception is not always reality.
Fittingly with that, it's a very good timing for you to have Pentagram on the lineup with them going viral with that fucking image.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is as soon as that went viral, everybody wanted their meet and greet. I think their meet and greets are probably gone by now. And shout out to Bobby and the boys. They have a great new album out too. so it's good timing. And it's a good day for them to play because you got Down on there. And if you're getting a 2-day ticket, we got I Hate God on the Saturday. So if you're into the doom and the sludge and the Down tune, we got to make sure that we keep Bobby, like we don't need another Jeff Possessed situation, right? Like we got to look out for Bobby. Plus Bobby's probably got what, 10, 20 years on Jeff?
At least Bobby went viral for a more comedic reason.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Because now Possessed, right? They're right. There were some problems. It was problematic, right?
Yeah. They were just announced for the Exodus tour. And then the next day we're like, oh, never mind. We got
allegedly, right? Oh, they're not on the Exodus tour now?
No, I think within a day or two, they got announced. And then all of the comments were just pictures of Diddy. And then the day after, they were replaced with Havoc just now.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah. That just happened.
Oh my God. I didn't even know that.
I felt bad for like, Gary's awesome and everything. When I saw Possessed on there, I was like, oh shit. And I look at the comments, it's just Diddy gifs from everybody.
No.
Yeah.
But is it real? Is the internet real? Like, is Possessed really canceled? Or are we going to go see like videos of Possessed out there killing it and playing 1,000 people a night?
I don't know, because with the Possessed one, he admitted to talking to the person. I don't think it was as bad as it could have been, but
was it an Ellefson type situation? No, sorry, Dave. But what was it? Like,
I think so. He was texting with some 16-year-old who.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, it was going in directions that it definitely should not have gone in.
And he knew she was 16?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because like you were saying, there's a difference between internet and what actually happens. So when I first heard it, I did think like, I don't know, that sounds a little weird. But then he made some post about it saying that he was talking to this person that it shouldn't have and everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, the internet has been calling him Diddy on wheels.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So Havoc. So now it's Exodus Havoc?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that'll be sweet.
Listen,
though.
I'm broke. So listen, if I gotta add Havoc, what else can I sell here to get Havoc? Because they ripped it. They ripped it. Like they closed the bar stage and it was insanity. It was legendary.
Yeah, that bar stage is when there's a band in there that's packed, like you couldn't even get in there sometimes. That's just crazy.
Damn, now I gotta try and get Havoc. I gotta like donate a kidney, blood, or something. I mean, because now people are gonna go, oh, Havoc's on the Exodus tour and Exodus is playing and Havoc has the night off. Shit.
I hope you enjoyed that clip, and be sure to check out the full interview now available on my channel. And check out Milwaukee Metalfest this upcoming May. Tickets available now. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP Rabid Psychosis out now. We've got merch available for the channel and for the band. Now you can get White's Metal t-shirts, Savior of Metal hats, Dark Insanity t-shirts, Dark Insanity weed bags. We've got everything. Links for all of my stuff can be found in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.